If you ever want to get Geret riled up, talk to him about the Sheraton Christmas Party 2015. He can't get over it. He'll tell you what happened. It's Uptown Creation here, back with another video, and today we really want to focus on the 3 ways to make your relationship in college last.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're in college, high school, the life of the millennial, it sucks. There's all these distractions, right? The phones, whatever. Whether you've had a girlfriend, a serious relationship, boyfriend, whether it's a weekend hookup, summer hookup, or someone you might have been dating for, a couple years. We've all been in those situations where you feel, maybe you're in public and you and your girlfriend or boyfriend disagree. And instead of just keeping it a private kind of disagreement, it's made public, and that is not only something that's very embarrassing but can really hurt the way people view you. And so today we're going to bring you the best 3 tips when it comes to making your college relationship last.
So kicking it off, fellow millennials.
Yeah, Geret's feeling really good.
Exactly. So what's kind of helped me a lot in terms of my relationship, and I think it's helped Conor too, is being with somebody that has kind of that similar lifestyle and the same values. For example, I'm very go. I'm doing multiple things every day and I'm busy. I don't have time to watch Netflix all day. And it works well having a partner who's also busy, because if I'm this busy guy and I have a partner who's not involved with anything and they're just sitting home all day, it's gonna add some tension there.
Yeah, and I'm not in school anymore, but Geret is, and you guys both taking 14 plus credit hours a semester. You're busy with school. For you, I know it's like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and some days you have it until like 8 p.m. class. Yeah. And for her, I know she's really busy too. Geret's girlfriend's on the dance team, right? I was going to say cheer squad, but I've recently realized that they're vastly different, and you cannot mistake them. But the fact that they're both busy. For me, I spend my whole day at the office. I mean, I love it. That's where I want to be spending it. And for my girlfriend, Carly, she is also really busy with work and things. So with point number 1 and really making sure you have aligned lifestyles, I think it makes it a hell of a lot easier when you guys are seeing eye to eye because you're both busy, versus the worst case scenario or something that can add a lot of tension to a relationship is when one person maybe has a lot of free time, the next person doesn't. And so then it's conflicting beliefs, schedules, and that just creates tension, and we've both been there, and it's really challenging at times. And again, we're talking right now in this semester. When it comes spring semester, all of a sudden things change. Class schedules change, her dance routine or like practices change, your classes and the demands. So
and it's really just kind of having the same kind of, what's expected of each other. You got to live up to your role in terms of the relationship, but it's nice having somebody who sees relationships the same way as you. So if you're with somebody who kind of takes a more traditional route, it's nice having, that same kind of mutualism there. The hand gestures help, getting these points.
Comment below, on a scale of 1 to 5, how awesome is Geret's hand gestures?
Right.
No, I'm serious. I love them. Like, they motivate me. Here's to that, brother.
Cheers.
In point number 2 is making sure that you communicate and you understand each other's routines. So whether it's having class or I'm someone that lives in iCal calendar, and my iPhone is like how I live my life because it alerts me. I look at it the day before or the night before, going to bed. I look to see like what I need to do because I don't remember most things.
You wouldn't be here without technology. That's
honestly,
for sure.
I'd be like lost in a timber somewhere, like looking for water, and they'd be like, Conor, you're in goddamn. You're in Iowa City. You're in a park. Like,
dude,
how'd you get lost?
Out,
Yeah. But anyway, communicating those routines and making sure that you guys are both on the same page. And just in the communication side alone, it's so important to constantly talk about your boundaries, right? And that as you and your significant other want to grow, right? You should always view the future as our relationship is never perfect, that we're both always trying to improve. And that when you're both trying to improve, it's a lot easier to get over the nonsense bullshit, because now I'm in my first long-term relationship, and how I view relationships is vastly different than prior to and maybe shorter term. But that was so much of my ego getting ahead of me and thinking that I could be selfish with my time or selfish with the ways I interacted with, maybe my friends versus...
Communication is just such a big thing in terms of, even if you have kind of little road bumps along the road, it's like addressing those issues when they pop up. Don't wait 3 years later at the company Christmas party to bring up how, your partner or whatever did something to upset you a couple years ago.
I'll never forget.
It's having that kind of transparency with each other and being able to discuss topics that they might be hard to have, but those hard conversations really kind of help grow that bond you guys have together.
He'll tell you what he drank in the punch bowl. Point number 3.
Oh God.
And it's always putting yourself, the leader in us. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you're someone that wants to improve. You're someone that wants to impact the world for the better, right? Do something bigger in life than solely themselves and being an individual. And to do that, a great leader, especially in a relationship, and especially if you're in college, it's so important to always put yourself in their shoes, right? I sound like your mom and dad because my mom and dad always told me to, right? The golden rule, treat others how you'd like to be treated. But I'm taking that a step farther and saying, for your significant other, for us, both being in relationships for, I've going on 2 years and you've been on
7+.
7 years, man.
Oldie over here.
He's going to be on an eHarmony commercial here in the next year or so. Taylor?
Found her on Facebook.
Yeah. DM, slid into those DMs before you could slide.
All right.
Yes. Anyway, back to the point. It's so important to put yourself in their shoes. So let's say scenario happens, right? Example. You're out, you guys both go out together, a couple hours later, it's fun, you meet up with her friends, you meet up with some of your friends, you guys are out at the bar, you're drinking, whatever, maybe it's a house party, whatever, and alcohol has this weird way of making problems come up.
No, it doesn't.
Sponsored by Blanc Fatale. And the reality is that it really sucks. And I'm someone that cares too much about what other people think still, and that's something I'm working on. But I hate that if our private disagreement has to be made public, and that if people around us, my friends, her friends, or the bar, if they start to get brought into this argument or disagreement when they don't necessarily need to be. So
I think what helps with that too is just kind of being open with your expectations, like I was saying earlier in your relationship, hey, this is not acceptable, and I'm not trying to put our personal problems out in the open, for example, and hopefully to be on the same page and be understanding of that, and wait till the end of the car. But it's like in the car ride home to tell you, but it's if you don't tell your partner that ahead of time, then that stuff might spur up and it might upset you, but it's it's kind of your obligation to kind of see if you guys can get on the same page.
Because if you're viewing the relationship as something temporary, right? You're putting a timeline on it. In 6 months, we'll probably not be together. Or a year, right? We're probably not going to be together. All of a sudden, it creates so much issues, and this is something I've recently had to deal with. And instead, I challenge you to substitute your short-term views with the forever, and literally convincing yourself and living a way and communicating with your partner that this is forever, babe. We're stuck together and I want to be with you, and for us to do this, these little things have to be cleared up. This guy or this girl in 6 months from now, it's really easy to let your ego pull out and go, fuck this person, they did something that I don't like. Well, in reality, let's be honest, it's a two-way street. The only way a relationship can work is if two people are committed not only to the relationship, you have the trust, but you guys you believe in a better future, and that future is with both of you together. And so those little hiccups all of a sudden become little anthills that you can walk over, because you realize, hey, big picture, we're together for life. In 2 days from now, we're going to look back and laugh that we even argued about this, let alone 2 years, and God forbid 20 years when you look back, you're not going to remember it. You're going to remember the good times. So get over the bullshit.
Right. Positive mindset. And hopefully after these tips, you guys are ready to break out some Jodeci and go get that lovely lady or gentleman back in your life.
Yes. If you need a pickup video, let us know. We're masters. If you're looking for the long-term relationship.
Right.
For Geret, it's just showing up to cheer practice
we'll
late at night
we'll
when
show
everyone's
you the
going back to their
process.
car. There's no parking lights. And so they're going to their car scared. And Garet's like, hey, You want to hop into Uber?
You need a ride home.
I'm kidding. That's not true. That's not true. I love it because he always goes with it. Thank you for watching again. Make sure you stay up to date. Every Tuesday, the Uptown Creation team, Geret and I are going to be dropping another video, all focused on the troubles and the challenges and things that we're overcoming and dealing with right now as millennials, as
dropping that shit like a mixtape.
Hey, to realize that it's not only you in this. We all feel this way, and if people aren't willing to say they feel that way, I can assure you they think that way. And so, mad props. We'll see you next Tuesday. Make sure you subscribe. Share this video if you got any value from it. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.